Welcome everybody to Cup Half Full podcast. Here we are. It's been how many months? Probably
80.
Okay, 80 months since we've been here. God bless America. That's why we haven't been here, because who knows what he's going to say.
What you? What are you talking
I
about?
asked you a serious question.
I gave you an answer.
80 months?
Well, what's that?
No.
In real time, it's like 4 months. Yeah, it is.
In real time?
You divide by 4.
Huh?
Yeah. It's a divisional thing.
Oh my God. Alrighty. I don't even know. What? 80 months is 80. What?
Yeah.
How could it be a divisional thing?
Because you divide.
Divide what?
Into the months. To get you the number of actual months.
You're full of shit.
You move the decimal.
Why would you move the decimal if I actually want to know how many months since we recorded a podcast?
Because you know that little division half house thing you draw, and you put it in there, and you have a decimal point. Over here you have your single digit or double digit, you divide it into it, and then you bring it down, and you put the point at the top.
Why don't you just look at, so it was last December and go, oh, okay, that was like 9 months ago. How do you get 80?
My brain don't work like that. It works sideways.
Okay, yeah, that's why you are sideways.
Well, I'm not really sideways. It's just that I gave you an answer in a form that you couldn't understand, but it's the correct answer.
I still don't understand. How is it the correct answer?
Because it's 4 months. That was the answer.
Oh, Lord,
once you do
mercy.
the division part.
This microphone.
You having problems?
Yeah, I'm having problems.
It's
Cameron.
Attention on it.
No. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Cameron said, don't put the microphones in front of your face, but yet speak into them. And if you watch remember, yeah, yours is nicely placed. Mine just was not in the right spot. I know this is willy-nilly over here, but
that's loosey-goosey.
Or willy-nilly. Long day. What did we do today? Tell the people
we
what
lamp shopping.
Lamp shopping.
Yeah, in Farmville.
We went shopping for lamps.
Because somebody needed lamps.
Well, we both need lamps.
No, I'm happy with the lamps we have.
No, you're not.
I am.
Of course you're not. They're old, funky lamps.
No.
Will they go with our furniture?
No.
Honestly?
Honestly. Some of them. Not all of them. You got rid of the ones that wouldn't go. So I, together, need, you told me I needed lamps.
I told you need lamps because...
See, I didn't tell myself I needed lamps. You told me I needed lamps. So I guess I need lamps.
So the reason why is we're building a house in North Carolina. We're temporarily here in Virginia. And we're moving.
Yes.
To the final spot in North Carolina.
Final resting place.
Oh, don't say it like that.
That's where we're going to rest. I'm resting.
Your resting place is
where... In 6 weeks, I'll be resting a lot.
Yeah, he's going to retire in 6 weeks. Yay! Clap it up, clap it up. If we had Cameron and Johnny's little thing, we could do fake applause. Cameron could all... That? Yeah, they do. Cameron could add it in right about there. How come we can't get it? Probably.
Let's do hickey stuff right here. No,
that's a mixer, but we don't. I don't believe
it has sound on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're getting the sound from the mixer.
No,
I
mean like it has.
No. It doesn't have like
sound.
No, I don't believe so. I don't think Cameron would let me have that yet. I'm not. I don't think we have the ability to have sound.
You mean you? You can't say what my abilities are. You can only say what your abilities are. My abilities are broad.
Okay. Yesterday when you were working on the MacBook, you didn't know how to cut and paste.
No, because there's a newer
copy.
Right, copy.
Yeah, it's always the same. My 10-year-old MacBook on the floor there that I just replaced has the same. You.
But I never did it on yours. I did it on mine.
Okay.
But I never did it.
How do you do it on your? How do you copy and paste on yours?
You said Control CP.
You don't have to say CP.
Okay, PC.
No, just Control C.
Piddly
It's
been a long day.
The lamb shopping. So anyway, it's fun. You have to admit you like going shopping for furniture.
I didn't think I would, but yeah, it is fun.
But we've just been shopping for the last like 7 months or whatever, buying furniture for the new house.
We were there like 4 hours.
We were there for 4. Oh, but the reason why it took even longer is we met a very nice couple there.
Yeah.
And they just happened to be in one of the floors of the buildings we went up in, and we got up there and they were sitting at a table. We went up in the floor and
oh yeah, that's right. They
were
upstairs.
upstairs. Yeah. And then they were like, oh, we're taking a break. And we're like, well, last time we were here, it was like 8 hours and blah, blah, blah. And anyway, yeah. But freaking microphone.
What?
It's just annoying me. Smack the shit out of this microphone. Anyway, so it's right in front of my face. He's going to be like, Mom, what's wrong? Okay, there we go.
He's going to call you a name.
Oh, he'd be like, what's
the name he usually calls you?
Don't say it. He says I'm delusional.
Delusional? Psychopath.
Oh, psychopath and delusional. Yeah, don't say the other one.
Well, I can. It's R-rated.
Yeah.
Or G-rated.
Yeah.
Well, if it was R-rated, I can say it.
Yeah. Anyway, but we met a nice couple, and it turns out they started talking to us. We're talking to them, and I want to say, how long do you think we stood? We probably talked to them for 45 minutes.
45 minutes to an hour at least.
Yeah. So then we leave. We go into the downstairs section. We bump into them again, chatted with them again, said goodbye. We knew their names. Then we gave them a suggestion where you had lunch.
Right, the flying pig.
The fishing pig.
Dang it.
The fishing pig in Farmville, and it was really good. And I hadn't been there.
I just burped.
You're excused.
I tasted it again. It was good the second time, too.
Oh, gross. That's disgusting. That's such a little boy thing. I tasted my burp. I smelled my fart.
I don't smell my fart. I don't fart, really.
Okay, enough. Anyway, no, I'm just saying. That's the whole comment. But anyway, so we got a chance to talk to them and take it back. Take it back.
That's what you do.
Take it back.
No, I take it back.
No.
It back.
You recommended the place to eat. We finished up. Get in there.
After we went to 3 more locations.
Oh, we went to a lot of lamp places.
No, we went to 3 more after that, and then we left to go to eat.
Oh yeah. We didn't leave right away.
Started getting bloated.
Yeah, my stomach gets all bloated when I don't eat. I like to eat.
Look like Santa Claus. He gets bloated.
No, Wendell.
Sorry, apologize.
It's not true.
It does get bloated.
I know, but it doesn't look like Santa Claus. I'm just trying to fix this so I don't get yelled at by my son. Anyway, so then we chatted with them, and then we walk in there and they get up. Turns out they were sitting right next to us in the booth. We got there after them, right behind us in a booth, had the same waiter and everything. It was crazy. And then we chatted some more and we ended up exchanging phone numbers. So we're going to meet them for dinner. Just perfect strangers. Another barbecue place near Richmond. It's really good. I just got leftovers from when you were there. Yeah.
Because I was kind enough
to bring them to me.
Yeah. You were stuck in the house working.
Yeah, I sit in the house working. Yes. Yeah. So
I was on the road.
Right. You were on the road working.
I just wasn't out from place to place.
Yeah. You weren't just out eating.
I always bring you stuff.
Yeah, if you get leftover, if you get food, you'll bring me food. I
always get leftovers because they always give, wherever we end up, they always give us so much food.
But it's just a thing, it seems like when we go places or whatever, we tend to meet people. And we make new friends.
Yeah. I guess we look friendly.
I don't know. People start talking to us, or they talked to us first, and then you talked back, and then next thing you know,
that's a conversation back and forth.
Yeah, we were having a conversation with them. So anyways, we met some very nice people.
They were very nice.
And I think
we'll see them again.
You know what? Here's the moral to this is you go down a path. Yeah, because remember I said we ended up at that restaurant at the very time that we were there so that we could pass them again and exchange numbers. Because I think we were meant to be there again to see them again.
Because we were hungry. Well, you were hungry.
You were hungry too.
No, not really. But I didn't want you to get the bloat. When she gets the bloat, it's
I get hangry. Anyway, so I think some things are just meant to be, and you're meant to be put in a place at a certain time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Which brings us to the next topic that we talked about the other night. time travel. Out of the blue, you asked me.
I asked you, would you like to either go forward in time or backwards? Mm-hmm. And you said backwards.
I said backwards. And my reason was because I wouldn't want to see now all the things that are going to happen that could potentially be bad.
But you don't know they're going to be bad things.
You don't. I mean, well, not necessarily bad, but you'll see, people you love pass away, because if you go forward 30 years, it's going to be a lot of things that are going to be potentially not real well.
Well,
good.
It depends too. Because if you go forward 30 years from now and stop there, if they don't pass in that 30 years,
yeah, but
you won't see them. You get to that 30-year point and they just won't be there.
What if I'm not there in 30 years?
You mean
how do you time travel and not even be there yourself? What if you don't even see yourself?
Oh, you mean like if you want to go 10 years in advance and you don't live you're only going to live another 8 years.
Yeah. What the hell happens if I were to time travel 30 years without disclosing my age at the moment? I could very likely already be
well, it doesn't
dead.
matter about your age, because you could be 10 or you could be 70, and it doesn't, it's
yeah.
not
So how scary would it be if you said, I want to time travel 20 years and you go there and you find out that your actual self had been dead for.
As long as you're in the time travel continuum, Layla.
Continuum. Right. Okay.
Then you just wouldn't be there. But you would be
you
there.
Would know.
Yeah.
You would know that you didn't live that long.
Right. But you would be there, but you wouldn't be there.
Okay.
What'd you drink?
A drink that I poured in here.
Why? Did you pour it in the cup?
My son also told me to do that. I poured yours in a cup as well.
What? I had a bigger cup.
Because that's the cup I gave you.
Yeah. I know what it is now.
We were having an adult beverage, but we can't put the cans on there, Cameron said. Anyway, Cameron bossy little bitch.
I wonder where he gets it from.
Ooh, I don't know.
Buy it natural.
I don't know. So that's a problem with time travel, because now you're going forward. You're not there. Suppose 20 years from now, we have a bunch of friends that are older, relatives that are older. None of those people will probably be there in 20 years. I mean, what is the likelihood? We're going to be missing so many people. So that's why I said,
but you don't stay there. You just go back to where you came from.
Okay. So when I said I wanted to go back, then.
No, I said come back to the period that you started. I said when you go backwards, you have to be extremely careful, because you can put one thing out of place that happened to get you to this particular point in time. Say living in this house, being a certain way. And if that changes, that path changes, now you're not living in this house. You're not sitting beside me.
So if you go back in time in your little philosophy.
No, it's not my philosophy. It's time travel philosophy.
Who made that shit up? A movie.
No, not a movie. It's actually proven that if you go back in time and you change, think about it. Okay? Think about how we bumped into each other. Remember we had that conversation, you got all teary, well, you start crying.
Well, I didn't.
All I said was,
what if
the way we met, we bumped back into each other, was I was irritated from work on the road and I was hungry. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, the circumstances of us bumping into each other could have been changed just by me being 5 minutes earlier or 5 minutes later.
I would have never met you that way.
Well, you would have never bumped into me on that particular day at that particular time.
Right.
And so if you think about it, 5 minutes, I could have stopped for gas.
Right.
Or I could have done something else and got there earlier or late, and then we would have missed each other.
Right.
So this right here wouldn't have happened.
Right.
So that's what I said. So if you change one little thing, no matter how minute you think it is, because everything is kind of timed as you go along.
But here's the question.
I was in the middle of
If you go back,
right.
Who says that you appear there as yourself back in that time? Aren't you kind of just floating over them looking?
No, you appear there.
Oh.
They just don't know who you are.
But if you belong there, there's something flying. If you belong there and it's 10 years ago, or let's say it's 20 years
well,
ago.
Well, they don't know it's you. You appear to be you. You know what I mean? Okay, so if you go back in time, okay, when you look in the mirror when you're back in time, like if you go back when you were 18, when you go back, you're that 18-year-old person, even though you look like your present self. They see you as that 18-year-old person,
right?
Because that's you. Because you can't have duality.
So
you can't be in the same time sing it because it blows things up.
All right. So you go back in time. You go back into that actual body of how you were at that age.
No. They perceive you that way. Oh. You look just like you look now.
Okay.
Okay. But everybody in high school, when you were in high school, who saw you a certain way, the way you looked in high school, that's the way you will look to them. And even if you look at yourself in the mirror, if you go back in time, you will look and see your old self or your younger self.
Okay.
So they're not looking at, Tammy, the way Tammy looks now. Okay. They're looking at the way Tammy looked when Tammy was 15, 16, 17, whatever it happens to be.
Okay. So then
that would freak them out.
Right. So then you typically, whatever is happening has already happened. And you're just... I knew there was something flying around in here. We only have 2 bananas in the kitchen.
Yeah. Okay. What?
Okay. What? So if you're there, you're living everything that's happened has already happened. So yourself is just kind of living that past, living what you already lived. So how do you change it?
If you go back to say when you were a senior in high school,
okay,
you go back and then you start to live from that point forward. That's why I said if you change something.
But how do you know how to stay the same?
Because you'd have to remember what you actually did. Let's say when you know how they used to have those dances in high school?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say you went to that dance when you originally went to high school and you were in 12th grade.
Yeah.
Now, if you decide that you're not going to that dance, okay, all those little conversations or contacts that you may have were made. Well, now if you go back to the future where you're from, all that has changed. Like maybe you may like Wendy, okay? Say Wendy you met Wendy when you were a senior, even though that's not true. You met her when you were a lot younger. But let's say you met her when you were a senior. Let's say you didn't go to that dance, and you didn't bump into Wendy because you went to the little punch bowl thingy and had some punch and some chips or whatever. But you decided when you went back this time, I'm not going there because I really didn't have a good time. You never meet Wendy. Mm-hmm. So now when you jump forward, Wendy does not exist in your life anymore. Yeah. And everything that you and Wendy did, or every experience you and Wendy had, and then the people you met with Wendy, they would no longer exist in your
Jesus.
future.
I can't
the way
imagine.
They do now.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that when I made my choice that I wanted to go back.
That's right.
What would you do?
If I had a choice of going back?
Go back or forward?
I'd go forward.
You wouldn't be afraid of what you'd see?
No, because you're going to leave here. Everybody's leaving here. It's just a matter of when. Yeah. But I'd like to say how the kids grew up, or, how certain things might have changed. And I'd like to see that, but I'd be afraid if I went back that I would miss something,
I guess that makes sense.
I would mess something up. Or if I left something, like the cell phone or something that's real simple.
Didn't they do that in that movie that we watched then?
They've done it in other movies.
Yeah.
Other time travel movies. Because now the person that invented this particular cell phone, okay, now doesn't have the opportunity to do it. Somebody else could take this apart and figure out how to do it.
Right. That's what happened in that time travel movie that we watched.
No, nobody left anything. Not in that particular movie.
Oh.
Nobody left anything. No. But there were other movies where somebody left a weapon, or somebody left.
So the person who invented it never was the person.
Right. And then that person who invented it, who never should have invented it, used it in a different manner than the person who invented it, and it changed the whole course of history.
So it's just how does that relate to Christianity then? If people time travel and one little thing.
How do we go to Christianity? We were talking about time travel.
Well, I know, but if you go back in time and you change things, supposedly you can't change anything. Your path is what it is.
No, it's not what it is. Remember, I always said that you have options. That they, like doors.
Oh.
You have options. You can choose a certain option that has a certain outcome, or you can choose another option that has a certain outcome. The option that I could have chose, because I always went home to eat. I never or ate when I got home. I rarely ever ate out when I was on the road. That day, I decided that I wanted something because I was so irritated with whatever happened, which I can't even remember now what happened with a customer. But if I had done my natural routine of going straight to my house to eat, I would have never bumped back into you at that time. I may have bumped back into you when Cameron started playing sports.
Yeah.
Okay. But I would not have bumped into you at that particular time.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, when you think of every minute and every choice and every decision, and you hear people like say, you know, gosh, did you see that what's happening with the backup on the highway? And I just passed it. I mean, literally, people are just passing situations that could have easily been them had they choices. Because they could have made a different choice to leave later.
Right.
That choices. One split decision.
Hey, you know, you leave to go to work at 6 and you get involved in an accident. If you had left to go to work after 6 or at 6 or at 5:45, you would not have been in that accident. Now, maybe that accident was something that was a fatal accident, or maybe you broke something, or maybe you did whatever. But just those little minutes and seconds from you making the decision.
That's crazy.
Well, but that's life. That's the way it works. Because you can go back to any time and think, okay, if I had only, because people do it, if I only done this instead of this. But then if you had done that instead of this, you wouldn't be here now in the position that you're in now. You'd be in another position that you don't know.
Well, and that's a very good point for people to understand that you always hear people say, I am who I am today because of my life and what I've been through.
Because of your past.
And how you get to this point, and this made me who I am. So you can't always, you shouldn't want to change the past, because then you're not that person. And of course, if you're somebody that, you feel bad about yourself and you need to make changes, you're going through something bad.
Yeah, but see, you don't know what changes are going to happen if you make that particular, you take that other door, that other option, because you have no idea what's behind that other door. You know what's behind the door or the option that you chose, but you could go behind that other door and that option, and maybe you don't live past 20.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about, you just don't know.
It's so frightening.
But when you sit down and think about it,
yeah. I mean, every little small.
You take it for granted. You take it for granted that, okay,
I get up every day and I just go through the day.
And you go through the day. But every time you go through the day, something in every minute, every hour, every second reflects what comes after that.
So when you tell me certain things happen to people because you did the work, you put the work in.
Right.
If people had not done certain things in their life, had not done certain things or tried as hard or worked towards a goal, every little moment of everything they do puts them where they are. Everything, every decision, every breath puts them where they are.
It does.
That really is terrifying. Because if you thought too deep about it, I know Cole Bennett always has this thing that saying that he took off of somebody else, think deep, whatever. But when you do think deep about things like this, and you think every little fine detail and decision I've made, look at it. What if? You could drive yourself crazy.
But I don't think people think about it. I think people who are not where they think they should be or where they ought to be, I think they think about it. Like people who maybe married someone and then 10 years down the line say, hey, that maybe was not a right decision. But then you have to look at it. Okay, what happened in that marriage that ended up being good? You ended up having maybe a child that you love to death. So is that child worth? Is it losing that child worth you going back in time?
Oh, of course not.
Well, it depends on who it is. It depends on who you're talking to. You
know?
Oh,
somebody could be nasty and say, "Yeah, I'd give up the
they could
kid."
say, "Well, maybe if I hadn't had this child, I
would
have
have done
this,
this
or that."
I personally wouldn't, even
No,
though
but I'm just saying,
yeah,
everybody's different.
Yeah.
So if you say it's like what if?
Yeah.
And that's the question. What if? Well, what if? You don't know, because if you go back and you change your direction, you can't determine what that direction would do. Like I said, that door could have been dangerous. Something seriously could have happened to you, or something seriously could have happened to a loved one of yours.
If you went through that particular door, made that particular choice.
Right. But but you don't. That's why you try to think about what you do and make the best decision that you can make at that time. And then
what if is a very dangerous, twisty road to go down. What if this? What if that? I think you just need to, like you said, people who are, even if they're not in a good position, and they go, yeah, but if I could have done this different, I would be this. But there's no guarantee.
No.
So you still have to say, okay, I'm not where I want to be right now, but I can change that. I can do things different. I can better myself, or whatever, get help, or, make different choices. But to try to go back
and change your
situation
is fraught with peril.
Yeah.
Oh, you like that?
Fraught with peril.
Well,
I'm trying not to sneeze right at this moment.
What you saying?
No, I'm not.
You sure?
Yeah.
You okay?
I'm okay.
You fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a pretty in-depth, deep conversation. And I think it's, I think people should think about things like that, because it just hit me the other night when we were talking about it. It can be really sad and terrifying to think about it. I keep using the word terrifying. It could be, I just think of, if I hadn't met you, it just makes me sad to think about that.
Well, that's why I started crying.
Right. I did, literally. God darn it. I see how much time.
Hey, you just started, but
when you think about it, and then, people are in relationships and they break up and they come and go, and you do have kids and you marry people or break up with people, and things change, but they're all changing because that's how they're meant to change.
Yeah, it's just, everything is intertwined. And I don't think when you're going through your life, you sit down and think, okay, if I do this or I do that, what's going to happen? You just say, okay, at that particular time, that was the best decision that I could make at that particular time.
Right.
And then later down the line, it's like, that was a stupid ass decision. But then you have to look at it in its entirety. Yeah. What happened? Maybe that decision to apply for this job, maybe you figured out that wasn't the right thing to do. But then look at all the relationships that you built, or that friendships that you have from people that you met in your job.
Right.
Or what you were able to do with whatever, wages you had from that job. Or if you had taken another job, would you still be in the same circumstances? Because you're going to always have some type of, I don't want to use the word regret, but every now and then you'll think, well, hey, if I had done this, what might have happened? But that can drive you crazy, because you can't change it.
No. You
can't go back. So you have to make the best of your situation now. And you can always improve it if you work on it. You just can't sit around and say, well, what
if? Yeah.
And what if?
Right.
Because then nothing comes good of it.
Right. This is true.
Because you think about all the decisions you make in a day.
In one day, all the hundreds of, you make decisions.
When to get up, when to leave your house to go to work, if you have to do that nowadays. What are you eating? Where you're going to eat? You have people who have left this planet because they made the mistake of going to a certain church on the wrong day, when some nut comes in there and shoots them up, or going to a fast food place,
or going to the movies,
or going to the movies,
or
going to school like Columbine. Who got up that morning? What parent got up that morning thinking they're going to send their kids to school?
One of the latest,
and not come home that evening.
That's it's
when you
Uvalde.
Said,
Uvalde.
Yeah, when you could say, oh, well, if I'd only kept them home, or her home, because she had the sniffles.
Those are just
and see,
extreme.
That's what haunts people.
Right.
Because it's like, well,
if I was there, I could have made it different.
Not if I was there, but say you send someone to school like I did. If you had the sniffles, your ass was going to school. Now, if they didn't come home for whatever reason, and I'm sitting there because now I've lost one of my children, and I'm like, okay, if I hadn't sent such and such to school that day and let him or her stay home, they would be here.
Right.
But that 1 second thought is like, you're not really sick. You just don't want to go to school.
Right.
But you're going to school. So and if you sit there and think that will drive you insane, because really it's nothing you did wrong. It's just you had a psycho do something crazy. Mm-hmm. Or the same thing getting in your car.
Well, that's what people would say. Well, that's just fate. It's just fate. It's just what is supposed to happen.
It's supposed to happen because of the decision you made. Now, you could have also made a gazillion different decisions, and that your person wouldn't have been there.
But if what about the saying, if it's your time, it's your time?
I believe if it's your time, be based on the decision you make. That's what I believe. If you think about planes that have gone down, okay, and people, they interview people and they go, well, you know what? I gave my seat up because this particular person had to get to that particular location and I could just wait. And I thought it was the right thing to do because I could go on a later flight.
Yeah, I'm sure that's happened. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or anything of that matter. Somebody takes the Uber, and you say, I got an emergency, I got to go, and they get in the Uber, and that Uber driver robs them or does something stupid.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's so much fate, because you do have.
Well, there is fate, though, right?
Well, yeah, but it's based on the particular choice you make.
Yeah.
If you take the choice to, take some type of medication, that you don't know where it came from. Well, not medication, but you know what I'm talking about.
If you take drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Somebody uses drugs.
Right. Yeah. And you say, you my buddy, and you give it to me, and I'm trusting you, but I don't know where it came from because you don't know where it came from. And then something happens to me, it's like, all I had to do was say no. I don't know what this is. I don't know how it was made.
I don't want it.
I don't want it. But I chose to take it. So that ends up being my fate based on the decision that I took. Whether if I had said no, just give me a beer or I'm going home or
right.
I just don't be involved.
Yeah. So
you just have to make the best decision that you can make at that particular time, and then you go down that particular
So
path.
It's just like there's a recent, and you don't follow like I do, but there's this rapper PNB Rock, and he was just killed. He went to a fried chicken joint in LA with his baby mama, and I think his child was there with them, and the story goes that she put up a story of the chicken because it's
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
And they knew
somebody thought that it was because she posted the location of, the restaurant, and it just recently came out and people were slamming her for doing that, which is kind of a sketchy thing to do when you're that famous, because he had a bunch of, the chains on the jewelry. Well, anyway, but they were blaming her, but it turned out that it was probably a family, I think a dad, a stepmom, and a kid, like a 16-year-old kid. I don't know the exact details, light details there. Just happened to decide to, I guess, follow him and plot to rob him. And this all just happened to happen in the moment at the chicken joint. Yeah. He went to get fried chicken.
But see, there's also good things. Because you can say that about Brian. Remember Brian, Davis, the kid I coached at high school?
Yeah.
Going to a party.
2 a.m.
Yeah, and he was, 19, 20? 20, I think.
I don't even know if he was 20.
And somebody comes and shoots up the party, and he's the unlucky one, and he passes.
Yeah.
But then you look at other options, like the particular position I have now that I applied for, way back in the day, and didn't get it.
Your job.
My job.
Yeah.
And didn't get it.
Yeah.
Okay. I was irritated because that's what I wanted. Or at least I thought that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
But what it did, it allowed me to be able to take the kids to the bus stop in the morning. It allowed me to be home and get them from the bus stop, or be able to cook them dinner, to do homework with them.
Yeah.
Also allowed me to coach. Coach them in basketball and football, and coach at high school. But in my mind, I was
cook
irritated.
Dinner for them, bathe them. You pretty much did everything.
Yeah, but if I had gotten that particular job, I would have never been able to do those things.
So you weren't meant to get that job,
right?
Then. Yeah,
and and so that's what I mean, and that was a good thing.
Yeah,
so you have to
Absolutely,
look at it that
100%.
it could end up good. And it could also end up bad. But I never thought that I would be doing, even though I was coaching long before they were around, I got to spend a whole lot more time with them.
Yeah.
Which is more important to me than any job or any position.
Right.
Because I got to do all those extra things. And then I got a whole extra group of kids for a family. Because, my thing was, if I coach you,
your family,
you're one of my kids.
Yeah.
I'm going to treat you like one of my kids. And if you ever need anything, all you got to do is, pick up the phone, text me, call me, whatever.
Right.
So I would have missed all that.
You would have.
If I had gotten the current position that I currently hold now.
If you had gotten it way back when.
Way back when.
Yeah. That is absolutely true. So that was a good thing. It maybe seemed like it wasn't, but turned out to be a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I get you.
So it's not always bad.
Yeah.
It's a lot of good in certain decisions you make. Or certain things that happen to you that you didn't expect to happen.
Right. So the moral of the story, people, is don't sit around. I don't know. He just caught me off guard the other night. Would you go backwards or forwards? And I was like, ooh, that got so deep. You can't sit around and you'll paralyze yourself if you what if, or if you sit there and just like go nuts trying to analyze every move. You just can't do it. Make a decision,
do the best you can with the information you have available.
Don't make a decision when you're angry or upset or mad.
Never,
crying.
That will always, always.
And then you speak because you're angry and you make that decision.
Turn out bad.
Bad stuff.
Yeah.
Bad stuff.
You will say something, you will do something that you can never ever take back.
So it goes back to what our parents told us. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. Don't do it. Don't say it.
My parents didn't say that.
They didn't?
No.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it?
No. They never said that.
Oh, why? It's a common thing to say.
I don't know. It wasn't common for them.
I used to tell my kids that. I used to tell them the word stupid was a bad word because you call people stupid.
I never
was a bad word.
If you don't have it, I never told my kids that.
Oh. What did you tell them?
Depends on what you're asking.
I just told them, do not use the word stupid or call somebody stupid. You might as well consider that to be a bad word because it's not nice to call somebody stupid.
Well, I told them they couldn't use the word hate.
Well, that's not good either, yeah.
I told them that, but I never told them they didn't have anything good to say. I told them not to talk about people. I told them not to do that. That wasn't right.
Did that work out?
Sometimes it works. They're kids. They grow up to do what they want to do. They can listen and hear it, but when they get out of the house.
It's the same thing that friend of ours told us back in the day.
Yeah.
Everybody in the family sitting around the same dinner table.
Yep.
They hear the same thing.
From their dad.
And their mom or whoever.
It was mostly their dad.
Their dad, in your case.
No, in their case. In Daryl's case.
Oh, in Daryl's case. And they heard everything. They heard it the same. They all were different people, made up genetically inside, chemically different. They all heard the same thing, but they all did different things. Just like our kids and everybody.
5 of them ended up sick. 4 of them ended up doing well. 2 of them ended up doing not well.
Yeah. So it's not about.
And that was based on their choices they made.
And it was based on the choices. So you have to, when you make a choice, you have to think about it, make it as educated decision about it, make sure that you have all the information you need, because that choice is going to send you on a path. Stop mocking me. I'm watching you.
That's right. You can see.
I know. I can see you. So that path is, so you got to slow down, evaluate, think about it. Well, it's because we're in these chairs. Maybe when we moved to North Carolina, this whole studio is going to go into my office. So we're going to get some nicer chairs to sit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody going to give them to us?
No, we're going to purchase them.
Oh, geez.
Just like lamp shopping. We'll find them they'll be inexpensive. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. So that's it. So let's tell them about your exciting, as if we have golfers out there. This guy got a hole-in-one last week or this week, golfing.
Yes.
So a hole-in-one's a pretty big deal on a golf course.
Yes.
If you don't golf, if you've heard of anything about golf, not a mini golf, not a mini golf hole-in-one, but a regular golf course hole-in-one. So tell them how you called it. Tell them the story about it. It's pretty cool. You were out golfing, and you guys, you were out golfing.
Oh, golfing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a par 3, and if you golf, they call it a sucker pin, and what it means is it's tucked somewhere that's around a lot of problems, a lot of trouble. So if you're not really precise in where you land the ball, you get yourself in trouble and you end up with a higher score. So this particular par 3 was set up that way. It curved around, and the majority of the green is in front of you, and the pin's stuck over in the corner. And there's water in front, and a sand trap behind, and the woods to the center, left of it. So these other guys, they were like, okay, I'm going to hit at the pin. And I said, y'all are crazy. It's a sucker pin. I'm not doing that. And so one of them hit at the pin and made a very good shot and threw it over the flag, and it landed in between the flag and the sand trap. And then he looks at me and smiles. And so I still say, I'm not shooting at this pin. And so the other guy comes up, hits a good shot, or looks to be a good shot, heading right for the pin, but it was windy that day, like 10-mile-an-hour winds, 15-mile-an-hour winds. So the wind knocked the ball straight down, and it landed short of the green and hit in front of the green itself, jumped backwards, and was hanging on like the edge before it almost fell in the water. And it didn't fall, just stuck there. So then I go, look, I'm aiming at the center of the green, and if you golf, you know what it means. I said, I'm going to draw the ball into where the flag's located, which means I'm going to make the ball go straight, and then at a point it'll start to curve left. And I didn't say I was going to get a hole-in-one, but that's what I said I was going to do. So I hit a good shot, put a good swing on it, and it went out. And then the two guys that I'm playing with go, oh, it's drawing. I said, yeah, that's what I said I was going to do. And it drew. It took one hop, took a little roll, and went right in the hole. And then everybody goes crazy, you know. So the cool thing about it was I wasn't trying to brag. I was just saying that this is the shot that I was going to try to pull off. It could have went another way.
Right.
Because I did tell him, if you see the flight and the ball straight at the flag, then I didn't do what I said I was going to do. That was a mistake.
But the cool thing is you actually called
the shot.
You called the shot and then
and pulled it off. And then it went in the hole.
That's right.
Hole-in-one.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
So everybody's jumping around on the golf course. Hole-in-one. Woo! Yeah. Hole-in-one.
Yeah. Then you have to end up paying for the drinks afterwards because you got a hole-in-one.
Yeah, you buy the round of drinks.
Yeah. But that was pretty cool.
And then you get into, that's your third one, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so what are the odds?
I looked it up. For a professional, it was 1 in 2,500.
1 in 2,500 can get a hole-in-one.
For a professional golf.
Professional, okay.
Yeah. For an amateur, which I am, it's 1 in 25,000.
Go, Mr. Banking.
There you go.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. But I played well that day. Yeah. So it was fun.
Yeah. So that's pretty exciting. I just thought that was an interesting story to tell people. But I'm learning to golf, and I put that on Instagram occasionally, me at the driving range.
Yeah. You're hitting the ball well.
Yeah, he takes me on Sundays, and Sunday mornings is my day. And we hit balls, and I have been doing that for how many months?
3, 4.
Shoot, like longer than that. We started. I started last April, right? No, not right away. No, probably like 6 months.
Yeah, because I think I bought the clubs about 6 months ago.
Probably like 6 months ago, but but all I've been doing is just driving range work. And
next month you're going, of course.
I'm actually going to go. Yeah, he's going to take me out on a golf course, and I'm going to try to actually
easier golf course than the one we play.
Yeah,
because that wouldn't be any fun.
So I'm kind of interested in doing that because as a kid, I was athletic. I did gymnastics, not high level, just little level gymnastics. Like gymnastics.
You mean like
handsprings, back handsprings, front handsprings.
Can you do that now?
Hell no.
You can't do a front handspring.
Hell to the no. No.
You can't stand on your hands and like walk?
No.
No?
No. No. Not anymore. Back bends.
Can you do that little
back bends. I used to. I doubt it.
Can you do that now?
I doubt it. I doubt any of that can happen. I could do.
I give you $100 you can put it on.
Oh, you gotta give me more than that.
I give you $200.
What if I break my back? Then we're screwed.
That go towards your medicine.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, my whole point was I was played a little basketball, softball, cheerleading. I was athletic. I wasn't a computer at home person or a artistic musical person.
They didn't have that back then.
No, they had artistic
they didn't have
people.
The other games that they had back then.
Well, I mean, I wasn't a book reading, stay in the house bookworm person. I was more of an outdoor.
You couldn't read back then? When did you learn to read?
My God, shut up. My point is, after all those things I've ever tried to do, this is the hardest freaking thing I've ever done is learn how to hit the ball. And because of my competitive nature, I will not give up.
No, you don't give up.
I won't give up. No, and the other day, I thought, I was on a really good streak. And then
then you were killing worms out there the other day.
The other day, oh my God.
Killing worms.
It was horrible. Yeah. I could not hit the ball to save my life. So if you're starting golf or if you've ever played golf, don't get frustrated.
It's something that you have to do a lot.
And it's funny. It's one of those things I would say right now, if I could, I wish I had done it sooner.
Well, everybody that's done it started late to the same thing.
I wish I had started golf sooner because I think I'd be pretty decent by now because I'm catching on, hitting it.
Maybe. But you haven't been on a golf course, see?
No, I mean hitting it.
Yeah, but it's still different. That's why you need to go on a golf course. It's still different from hitting it on a range.
Yeah.
And then hitting it at a golf course.
All right, you just burst my bubble.
No, I didn't say that you wouldn't be you wouldn't do.
I know it's the unknown.
Right.
Yeah, we don't know
what happens if you're hitting on a range and it goes left or goes or right or wherever.
Yeah.
You just hit another ball.
Yeah.
But if on a golf course, if you got woods over here, you got water over there, and you got trash in front of you, and trash for people who don't golf, it just means some type of obstruction. Yeah, like either a ravine or a river or a sand trap that goes across the entire fairway that you have to kind of carry, which means slide over or land in front of it. See, then your sphincter start to tighten up because now it's your
sphincter.
Yeah.
Your ass.
Yeah.
Your ass.
That's good. Yeah, it tightens up. Because now you're worried about hitting it in the junk or hitting it left and hooking it into the woods or flying it off.
So that's what I have to look forward to next few weeks.
Yeah. But see, when you first start, it won't bother you. What will happen is you're more concerned now with just hitting the ball. Okay. But when you get to the point where you actually can hit it consistently, your mind,
I'm going to come home, my bottom going to be sore.
You won't be able to sit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Take about a week for it to heal.
Shit. Oh my God. Oh Lord.
But you go right back out. Because you do. Because you'll hit one good shot. One good shot will bring you back. That's what's so insidious about it. One good shot will bring you right back out to the golf course or right back out to the range.
Or the anticipation and I'm going to do it next time. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Yeah. And if you're competitive enough, that will drive you back.
It will. But it's like with anything, you got to put the work in. You have to put the work in. If you don't put the work in.
There's some days I know when we start, my back's sore or my arthritis in my hand starts bothering me and I have to keep on going regardless.
Yeah. But see, when your arthritis kicks in and your back starts to hurt and your sphincter tighten up, you're going to be in bad damn shape.
So what will be the whole fun in that matter?
You
That
want to
whole
go back? You go back now with those pains, don't you?
yeah, my hand hurts.
That's just one more area. We get a little donut pillow and put down on a couple couches that we have.
Oh my God.
Whatnot. You know, if I got to carry up the steps, I'll carry up the steps.
Oh, speaking of that, you will be carrying me when you retire.
Why the hell am I gonna carry up steps when I retire?
No, you're gonna be my bitch. He was speaking in the laundry room. I'm seeing the laundry room the other day. I'm very particular about my laundry. I like to.
Particular is an understatement.
I don't dry everything.
You're anal.
I wash it. I fluff it. But you also don't like your stuff dried.
I don't.
So everything has to be washed, and I fluff it, and
but I used to do that before we got together.
Yeah. So anyways, I said I'll do it. And so now, you know, I can start it in the morning, fluff it on my lunch break, and then by the time I'm off, you know, the work is done. But see, when we move in February, I got to go to an office because our damn house doesn't have any internet service yet.
It has it, but it's not.
It's 1.5 something. It's not even enough to even get your circle on your phone to spin.
Yes, it is.
Maybe.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but not enough for work.
No, not enough for work.
Yeah, so I've got to lease office space, and so I'm no longer working from home, even though I can work from home. And he's going to be home because he's retiring. Yay, again for Wendell.
We don't be home all the time.
No, I'm just saying.
Things need to get done.
I know on laundry day you'll be home.
No. I got things that need to be done. I'm retired. I ain't on nobody's schedule. So I don't mind doing
So laundry. What's going to happen on laundry day?
I'd be doing laundry now if you hadn't said no. I'll do
so it shouldn't be any problem.
No, but I'll do it within my schedule.
That's right.
Yeah, not within.
I don't have any problem with that.
Oh, it don't matter.
No.
It don't matter.
Whether I have a problem with it.
No.
I don't care as long as it gets done.
No.
I don't want to have to come home at the end of the day or spend my weekend doing laundry.
Why would you have to spend your weekend? Or when you come home, you could do it while somebody's setting your plate on the table. How about that?
Maybe I want to be sitting at the bar looking at the water.
I don't want to sit in my kitchen. I told you that.
No, the bar stool. I'm going to be on the other side. Remember, you said I could sit on the...
you could sit at the end.
That's right. I can sit at the end of the bar in a bar stool.
Yeah. You can do
be having my wine, look out the window at the water.
That's right.
In the backyard.
That's right.
You be cooking. I don't want to miss that.
You want to miss what?
That chill time, running around doing laundry. I can be just sitting there enjoying it.
You run around. You pick the clothes up. You put them in the machine. You cut the machine.
No. When you're doing delicate laundry like this particular shirt, it can't lay in the washing machine too long.
No. It goes for a certain cycle, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when the cycle's over, whoever's doing it walks around the corner and takes it out and either hangs it up or if it's something that can go in the
I'm just saying I don't want to have to do that in the middle of my...
take a break. You eat your dinner,
relaxing.
Digest your food, get the hell up and start doing it.
Oh, so you got me...
No, I didn't say that. What I said was, see, for 30 some odd years, I've been having stuff planned, whether it's stuff with kids, whether it's coaching, whether it's work. I'm not planning anything.
Yeah.
I'm not having anybody else plan my days and my activities. I have plenty of time to do those things. But we're on 26 acres, so I'll be doing that type of stuff. I'll be maintaining a pier, maintaining a boat, which I don't care because it keeps me active, keeps me busy. But I'm not going to be held to a schedule. My schedule days are over.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I know you are. Hey,
yeah.
But my schedule days are over.
I was just making fun.
I know. You pick. See, they don't know because we always act stupid.
He gonna be my bitch.
Yeah, that's right. Because you my husband.
Yeah, he's been walking around saying, "Hey, husband, can I do the laundry? Hey, husband."
Yeah. So
I mean, right now I'm in the habit of taking recycle and trash up to the curb and all that. Now I won't be doing any of that because we won't even have service. You got to put it in the truck and take it. You'll be doing that while I'm at work.
When we were in Maryland.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah, but I'm saying now you're going to have all these days, so you're not going to wait till Saturday to do it.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm working in my schedule.
Yeah. But hopefully on Saturdays we're going to be enjoying the life, you know? What that mean? That means sitting on the pier, fishing.
You can sit on the pier without me sitting on the pier. I might be tired. I might be taking a nap. Might have to do something.
Adios. I might just be sitting on the pier.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why we got it set up that way.
Yeah.
You know, because you fish.
Yeah, I can go down there with my fishing rod.
Then you catch it. Let me know what you got. I'll come clean it. Take it back up to the house.
Cook it.
Yeah.
We're going to go do some crabbing too.
Yeah, crabbing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Put them crab pots out.
I already got the crab pots.
I know
I just got to pick them up.
That's right.
But I already got the crab pots.
Well,
so it's a lot to do. Won't be bored.
It's gonna be a whole. Oh no, you won't be bored at all.
No. Mm-mm.
Then my
come
years.
Back up here, play golf.
Yeah.
Do stuff.
You come back up to Virginia, see your friends.
And play golf. Yeah. Beat them.
Yikes. Anyway,
Play
well,
my brother and them. Beat them.
You'll have plenty of things to do when you retire.
Yeah.
You're going to miss me, though. I'm down here working. You're up there working. It's going to be weird. I won't be home all day.
Weird because this is the way it was before we got here. You were on the road.
Well, I was furloughed for many months.
But you were still on the road before you got
prior to
furloughed.
that, yeah.
So you'd leave before I would.
Yeah, sometimes I was on the road at freaking 5 in the morning.
You wouldn't get back sometimes, before me. So that's the way it was at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then I was on
those days are gone like the wind. I'm so happy. I never, ever, ever, ever have to commute in the Maryland, the DMV again.
No traffic.
When we drove away from that area, that was one of my biggest. Yes, I never have to commute in that area again. That was hell. It could take me 3 hours to get to a spot that should take an hour in the morning if I left at the wrong time.
Or 30 minutes. If you were coming from the other way, because we had
oh my God,
we had people who
horrendous
lived outside of Reston. They were 25 minutes away, and some depending on when they left, it might take them 2.5, 3 hours to get to Reston.
I think I guess you just that you just have to be grateful. So
path.
That's your path. That was my path.
It's path.
I got to see a lot of cool stuff from some rooftops in DC while working in that industry. I remember one morning, one of the prettiest mornings was being on a rooftop at Christmas time.
Santa up there?
Santa wasn't there yet.
Well, reindeer.
No. It was a week before Christmas.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't
so
Christmas.
So it was dropping then where he had been there and left. Reindeer.
No, it was a week before Christmas.
Well, see, he has to pre-plan his route, so he comes early.
It was the week before Christmas. I'm on a roof.
Remember you did that before?
What?
In the kitchen?
What?
You did that. Remember?
Yeah. That's when you threw that bait at my head. Let me tell my Georgetown story because we got to end this. The thing is,
to be nasty.
I'm not.
All you had to do is say, "Hey,
honey, can I finish?"
Oh, honey's better.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm on the roof. It is the sun's not completely up yet, and it was just coming up, and the street lights were on, and all the beautiful ribbons down Georgetown. What's the main street there?
Depending on where you are.
M
K
Street.
Street or M Street?
I think it was M Street. And it was just all the shops, and you could just see the glistening Christmas lights and the red ribbons and the sun coming up. And that was probably one of the prettiest sights I got to see. So for that, yeah, I'm grateful. Anyhow, all right, well, got any final thoughts? We're going to wrap this puppy up.
I'm supposed to have final thoughts?
No, you're not supposed to. But if you'd like,
why'd you ask me?
I'm just checking with you.
You okay?
I'm giving you the opportunity.
Oh, you giving your wife the opportunity?
Yeah, my wife the opportunity.
Okay, you can give your wife the opportunity to do laundry. You can give your wife the opportunity to take the trash.
Well, you like the new vacuum, so that's a plus. Right. We got a Dyson, and it's battery charged. You can vacuum in no time at all, and
it's sweet.
It's a sweet little vacuum.
Yeah, it is sweet.
So, yeah, he's like, yeah, I can do that in no time. So, anywho, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Always fun to chat, and hopefully you guys got some good life lessons today. Talked about a lot of cool stuff, I think.
Maybe.
So, if you're watching, subscribe. Make a comment.
Is it like some comment or link thing somewhere down
there? Oh, if Cameron, he probably puts that. So
is it down there or is it over there? Or there
I don't know. It depends on where he puts it. It'll say subscribe and it flashes. So sometimes it's right.
Some of it down.
Yeah, that might work.
Or
subscribe. I don't know.
Or it could be going.
Oh my God.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Anyway, people, we're out. Peace. Love you. Thanks for watching.
Bye bye.
All right.
See you
See y'all
tomorrow.
later.
Bye bye.